Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tina. I'm a full-time reseller, and today I'm bringing you a what sold video weekend edition. Now this time I'm going to do it a little bit differently. My previous what sold videos, I've just been kind of reading off what I sold and inserting, a photo of it next to me in the video. And I've also been doing all of my sales. Well, this time I'm gonna try to mix it up a little. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. Today I'm going to bring you my 10 favorite sales from the weekend, and I'm gonna actually show them to you. I have them all here in front of me. I'm gonna show them to you before I ship them out tomorrow. Or whenever you're seeing this. I mean, right now I'm filming this, it's Sunday night. So anyway, I'm going to show them to you and I'm going to tell you why I chose them as my favorite sales for the weekend. So it's kind of a mixture, some are higher dollar items, some are lower dollar, but like I said, I'll tell you why I picked them. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know. I think this might be a more interesting way to do it. So my first is actually 1 and 2. Although they look the same, they are very close to being the same. Now, why I chose these, oh, sorry, it's picking up the reflection of my lights. Why I chose these, first of all, these both sold on Etsy today. And they sold within 20 minutes of each other to different buyers. So that struck me as a little odd. And I'm wondering if there's a reason behind it. So both of these are by the same artist. They're prints of like etchings. And the artist is Clark Goff, Goff. And these are dated 74. So this is of a printing office and hunter store in Williamsburg, Virginia. And I can't remember if this one sold first or second, but that doesn't really matter. Anyway, I did buy these. I bought these on my last trip to IKEA. And IKEA for me is about an hour away. It's close to Philly. There is one in Philly also that I sometimes go to, but this one is outside of Philadelphia. And if I'm going somewhere like that, I always make sure to schedule in some thrift stops. So that's what I did. I went and checked out a new thrift store on the way, and I picked these up. They were on sale. They were that color. I forget the name of the store I went to too. It's not one of the usual chains I'm familiar with. This place had a different name. I can't remember what it was called. So, but anyway, I only paid $1 or maybe $2 if I remember correctly, maybe $2.50. Anyway, this sold for $24.99 on Etsy plus shipping. And like I said, then 20 minutes later, the other one sold to a different buyer, which is so strange to me. So this one is the Raleigh Tavern in Williamsburg, Virginia also. I picked these up because I just figured, this one's actually dated 1973, but also by Clark Goff. I don't know. These are very nicely, they're matted and framed, and I just knew that someone was going to need these. I don't know why, but something about them just kind of struck me. And so I bought them. And yeah, I think they were listed a couple months. Yeah, definitely a couple months. Maybe September, I think, or October I got these. But anyway, yeah, I just thought that was odd. So that's number 1 and 2 out of my top 10 favorite sales. So my next favorite sale is this shot glass. This sold for $9.99. No, it didn't. It sold for $13.99 with free shipping. That's what it was. So this is one of my top 10 because it was free. And I think I spoke about this in another one of my videos. I was at a sale over the summer, and this gentleman gave me an entire big bin full of shot glasses. And I, with the help of my daughter, listed them all, and they've been steadily selling for me ever since. So I'm always like, at least once a week, sometimes more, I have a shot glass going out, and it was absolutely free to me. So it's all profit. And yeah, so free is excellent. So my next favorite sale in my top 10 of this week is these Patricia Cornwell cassette tape audiobooks. Okay, now this is for two reasons. Number one is cassettes still sell. People are still listening to cassettes, right? I mean, it's crazy. I'm not sure. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but people are still listening to cassettes. So my second reason for loving this sale is, did I tell you how much I sold them for? $9.99 plus shipping, in case I didn't say that. I may have already said that. But anyway, my second reason is, over the summer, I bought an entire box. I mean, this box was gigantic. It was so heavy that the lady's daughter and I had to both carry it out to my car. I filled this box up with some audio cassettes, but most of them were CDs. Audiobook CDs, I meant. Huge lot of these, and I paid $15 for the entire box. It was amazing. So when I got them home, I lotted them into groups by author, and some of them had more than others. I think I sold most of them within the first couple weeks, and the rest of them almost the rest of them like within a month. I had a couple of the bigger lots go for, let's see, I think one was a James Patterson lot that sold for quite a bit. I had one lot sell for about 80, one lot sell for 60. But yeah, I had several different lots. I can't remember the exact specifics of all of them, but I do have a couple left, not many. I may have one or two more listings, and they're just for kind of like very small lots, like lots of 2, and also the remaining ones are cassette tapes. So the cassette tapes did take a little bit longer, although some of the larger cassette tape lots sold right away. So anyway, yeah, that's why I love this sale, because lots are fun, and I love buying large lots of things and then kind of grouping them together. And I don't know, I just loved like everything about that purchase and everything. So, all right, next is a mug. This mug is a Pimpernel, I believe is made in, this one was made in China, but designed in England. Most of these used to be made in England, but I pick up Pimpernel mugs usually because they sell for me. This is a Christmas mug, okay? So that is one of the reasons why it is one of my favorite 10 sales this week, or my top 10. I don't even know what I'm calling this. I'm calling it a million different things, but you get the idea. So yeah, Christmas sells year round. So if you have it, list it. You may sell it. I mean, it definitely sells better during the Christmas season, but it still sells all year long. And now with eBay changing to, everything is good till canceled, just kind of list it and forget it, I guess, if you want. I don't know. You don't need to. That's just what I do. Anyway, the next item is kind of along the same lines, to be honest. It's a Christmas mug. It's I always screw this up. Wakersbach? I know it's German, and I'm sure that's not how they pronounce it. But I'm also sure if you've been a reseller for a while, you've come across this brand, you've seen this brand. There's like the famous Christmas tree pattern on red, and that is usually pretty oversaturated on eBay, and they don't sell for a whole lot. Well, just like this sold for $9.99 plus shipping. It did not sell for a whole lot. Some of the rarer mugs will sell for more. I've sold some for more. Also, some of the dinnerware will sell. But yeah, this is just, I don't know. I like this. I just like the toy soldiers or nutcrackers, whatever you call them. They're like toy soldiers, I guess, right? I just, I like this mug. So that's why it's in my top 10. So next, Longaberger mugs. 4 of them, but I can't hold them all at once. You guys understand. 2 hands. What are you going to do? So these made my top 10 because I just listed these the other day. I just put a video out. These were part of my Craigslist purchase. So super happy. I have actually 2 lots of these. I listed these in lots of 4. And this is the first lot that sold for $39.99 plus shipping. So I still have 1 lot of these mugs to go. So yeah, I bought these, listed them, I think the same day. Yeah, I'm certain I listed them. You know what? The days just fly. But yeah, because I remember actually when I was editing the video for that, I sold the bowls for $119. And so these bring up like, wait, $119.40, like $160 in sales. I paid $175 for the lot. So I am $15 away from everything being pure profit, whatever else sells. So that is exciting. I sold two lots so far of items from that, and I almost made my money back. So that's why that's my favorite. One of my favorites. So next item is just a pair of pants. These are Zenergy by Chico's. Stuff's moving around here. Zenergy by Chico's. And this is just kind of like a boring pair of pants, I guess. It's actually why I'm not showing too many clothes, because a lot of the clothing I sold this weekend is basically like just boring bread and butter stuff. Like nothing super exciting as far as the clothing goes. Anyway, these I picked up on Sunday for 50 cents. One of my local thrifts, they do a 50-cent sale on Sundays. It has to be originally priced there for under $9.99, and you can't buy any more than 10 items. Also, it is the sale color of the week. So let's say the tag was orange, and their sale runs Monday through Sunday. So say the tag was orange, it runs all week, and then Sunday, whatever is left over is 50 cents, as long as it's priced under $10. So, I mean, they do run a couple other, well, maybe like one. I think they do like a Wednesday, they do like a buy one, get 2 free of that color of the week. And then the rest of the week, it's just basically half off. So whatever's left on Sunday, which isn't always a lot, depending. Sometimes I like to just kind of go in and see what I can pick up for 50 cents and see what I can get for it. And this time I decided to run a couple auctions, which I don't normally do. But I wanted to see if I could get like a real quick turnaround on some of these items. So I was only able to find 8 things that were even like remotely worth it. I stopped in, I was actually going to an ice hockey game where my daughter was performing, and I had about an hour in between the time she had to be dropped off for sound check and everything, until I had to be back there. So ran into this thrift store. I picked these up. These have yellowing, okay? I don't know if you can see it on camera, and I'm not even sure what it's really from, but it's like it's only on the back of the waistband. So these were 50 cents. I still picked them up, put them in auction form, and they did sell today for $9.99. And this is one of my favorite sales, simply because I paid 50 cents and made $10. And it goes to show that you can sell damaged items or items with flaws or some kind of irregularity or whatever, but you have to disclose it in your listing. As long as you do that, you're good, as long as the buyer's reading it. But what I do for that is I will always put in all caps in the title at the end, usually I will put read. So that stands out. So the buyer is like, okay, I should probably read this. I should probably read the description. And then if they don't, there's kind of like no excuse for it, because it's like, okay, well, what did you think that meant? Like, I put it up there so you would read it. Because a lot of times buyers don't read the description. I mean, I get questions all the time. What is the chest measurement? And I have it in the description. So clearly they never read it. So yeah, if you do need to disclose a flaw or something, it is always good to draw attention to the fact that they have to check out that description. So yeah, that's one of my favorite sales for that reason, just to kind of give you that tip, I guess. So my next favorite sale is this stack of 5 LL Bean blueberry dinner plates. These sold for $49.99 plus shipping. And this is one of my top 10 favorites this week, just because these sold relatively fast for me. I think I picked these up only like 2-3 weeks tops, I think. It was pretty recent. And I still have some more of this pattern. I picked up a whole set. And yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, wow, LL Bean made dinnerware. But yeah, no, I actually knew they did, because I have sold something before. I sold, I don't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure I sold some kind of LL Bean dinnerware. But yeah, the fact that they made dinnerware is kind of interesting, because now they're so widely known as, I don't know, like just clothing, right? Clothing, like outdoors wear. That's what I think of when I think LL Bean, you know? I think of like hiking boots and like outdoor stuff. I don't know. I don't really think of housewares. I don't know if they still make housewares or not. I'm not even sure. And I mean, I know, like, I know even back in like the 90s, I think they did like, you know, collaborations with like Ford. They had like the LL Bean edition Bronco or something like that, I think. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of neat, and they sold for a good price. So that is why I chose that. Let's see. I think I went over everything now except for one item. The last item is my favorite. I love this. And actually, I need to look at the packing slip, because I forget the exact amount of what it sold for, because it was a little bit, it was one of those weird prices, because I took an offer on it. But okay, here we go. This right here. Look at this. I find this beautiful. I love art glass. I just love art glass. And I don't collect it or anything. I just love buying it and selling it and listing it and photographing it. And I just kind of love, like, I don't know. And then the challenge, you know, you kind of, when you buy stuff like this, especially when it's unmarked, you kind of almost have to have an eye for it. You have to, I don't know, you know, sometimes I feel like it's a challenge. Like, okay, I find this piece absolutely gorgeous. Can I trust my eye that someone else does? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it. And it's just so, it's very exciting to me. I love this thing. So, and I marketed this as an ashtray, because I believe that that's what this was or is. I feel like maybe for cigars or something, because it's got a big lip here. It's got a big lip, and it almost looks, I don't know, that it's got a little something in the little crevice here. like it could have been some kind of debris from a cigar, or maybe it's just something that kind of ended up in there when they were creating the piece. I don't know. But anyhow, yeah, so this is like, and this does look like Murano glass to me. And so that's what I listed it as. I listed it as a vintage Italian Murano Opaline Opalescent Millefiore art glass ashtray dish. And yeah, it sold for $126.50. I think that's amazing. I had it listed, I believe, for $159.99, and the buyer sent me an offer. And now I will tell you, I had this listed for about a year, about 1 year. And sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to wait for the right buyer, especially with one-of-a-kind, unique items like this. You cannot expect to have a quick turnover in most cases. So I knew when I bought this that it would sit for a while, and it did. I can't remember entirely what I paid for this piece, but I want to say it might have been around $15. For some reason, that number is sticking out in my head. I bought this at a sale, and I remember it. I had to stand outside. It's like story time, but I had to stand outside. This woman, her apartment was on the second floor, and I think it was advertised as maybe an estate sale, but once we got in there, she only had certain things that she wanted to give up, that she wanted to part with. She wasn't moving or anything. She was just trying to clear out some stuff. So there was a huge line, and there were like chickens in the background, like running around, and I'm glad they didn't come near me. But also there was a lady who I passed when I was driving there. She was walking down the street, and she ended up behind me in line, and she had like this really bizarre kind of personality. And then she was talking about, I guess she was like a temporary fill-in for another teacher, and she was talking about a bunch of kids that, you know, she had in her class, and how they had such a messed up family, and she's talking about this one and that one, and just kind of like putting it all out there. And then I asked her what school district, because she started chatting with me about something, and you know, I ended up asking her what school district, and it happened to be my daughter's school. So it was just like kind of wild. And then she kind of like, she was a little quiet after that. And then she ended up, I found out later from my daughter, this lady ended up, and I thought she was bizarre, but she ended up getting fired a couple months later because of some like erratic behavior at school. Like, I don't know. So very, very weird. So yeah, I vividly remember this sale. I just can't entirely remember what I paid for this, this ashtray piece, but look at it again, one more time. I find this so beautiful. Look, I'll give you a close up here. I just love it. So yeah, another reason, you know, like with stuff like this, you really have to trust your gut as far as pricing, and you really just have to, I mean, I couldn't find anything similar to this. And sometimes with pieces like this, you will not find anything similar. And I just kind of priced it on gut, you know, like gut feeling, what I thought something like this would be worth. And yeah, I mean, I got a little over 30 under asking price, but still $126.50, I feel like is a phenomenal price for this. So, all right, I will stop talking about this piece now. I just love it. I love it. And I mean, I don't smoke or anything like that, so it's not like the ashtray part of it that appeals to me. It's just like, it's just the look of it. I don't know. I love art glass. So, okay, that's going to wrap it up. I was trying to keep this a little bit on the shorter side, and I'm totally rambling anyway. So, guys, I hope you like this video. Please let me know how you feel about this, this format. Instead of me, you know, inserting the pictures or whatever. I will say sometimes I do ship early, or I try to ship early on a Sunday, and sometimes it's just not always, I'm not always able to sit and show you the exact pieces because I have already shipped them. But sometimes I can, and I don't know, I actually had a lot of fun with this format. So even if I do continue with this format, maybe I'll just try to pick out 10 of my items that I haven't shipped yet or something. I don't know. I'll figure out all the details. You guys don't need to worry about that. But let me know if you've been watching my What Sold videos. Drop a comment below. Let me know if you like this format, if you like me showing you the items and kind of telling you why they're my favorite and a little bit about them, or a little bit of, you know, whatever I just did, basically. So let me know, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe to my channel to see more. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye.